Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? It's your boys in here. Welcome back to our newest Pokemon Sun Wi-Fi Battle. First of all, I want to say a couple of things here. I'm gonna take 2 minutes of your time before we jump into this battle. I want to say thank you very much to everybody that left feedback on my previous video to make the welcome back feel very warm, and I want to thank everybody, each single one of you that liked my video, that shared my video, that was excited that I'm coming back, as I'm excited in editing and taking these matches. I have to admit that editing even takes more enjoyment out of my day than even taking battles, which is crazy, but I still freaking adore creativity stuff, which may still have to wait a bit as I'm trying to get a little bit more familiar with the environment and whatnot. So once I get familiar, I'm definitely gonna bring in the Xenon stuff, as you guys, not the Xenon stuff, but you know what I'm saying, that creativity that I used to be known for. So definitely bringing that back. I also want to say regarding the feedback, I know how it is sometimes, because I coming down from a viewer perspective, as I am a viewer, not so much on YouTube nowadays. I watch Skyrender and maybe some musics, but I know sometimes feedback can be hard. I don't want to go on a video saying good game all the time, and I know how it is, especially coming back to people thanking them when they have, when you have so much positivity going on. It can feel like a spam, And I just want to say that for that I will make questions of the day a thing. And also regarding the feedback, I appreciate feedback regarding the video itself, the battle itself, what I could do better, what I could do worse. Well, generally worse not, but what I could do better. This is why layout is in, to kind of indicate you how the match is going. And I think it's an incredible way, for one to kind of keep up with the battle itself. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, question of the day is: in the 7th generation, if you could, if you could add something, or no, in the 7th generation, what did you like the most in the 7th generation of Pokemon games? Let me know in the comment section below. But anyways, we're gonna lead here with Flygon, which most of them tend to be Scarf, and he's gonna lead with Rachel Wood, which I would imagine is a porn star. I need to Google that. Nah. Anyways, maybe. I'm gonna switch out to Skarmory, because this is a pure grass type Pokemon. I think that Skarmory will definitely be walling pure grass, especially, it's more of a physical attacker. And he does review me U-turn, which is something I didn't expect. Now I have to admit here, Marion, I believe this guy is a male in real life, but I'm gonna address it as a she. Or no, I would need to address it as a he. But then again, in-game name is Marion, so yeah, I just want to say that his Typhlosion is incredibly potent in this battle. It is his winning condition, and I have to think hard about how to handle it. Now I have a couple of switches. In this case, my Upi Pokemon, which is part rock type Pokemon, which can definitely take an Eruption, which I was expecting. I was debating if I should have Brave Bird there to kind of cripple Eruption, but if it's Specs, which I assume he is based on this damage, because this Pokemon's special defense is quite incredible, and its HP is, it's also quite incredible. I would assume he is. I'm just gonna stay in here, take a Volt Switch, expect him to make something out of this. I wasn't expecting anything to really one-shot me, but I was mistaken. I believe T-Bolt would have one-shot me here. So I'm gonna review my actual Z-move. This is exactly why I actually stayed in. Expecting him to overpredict me to switch out to probably even Marowak, and maybe go for the U-turn if he does have it, which most of them have Volt Switch. But he seems to have some scouts, so Volt Switch and U-turn we already saw. I'm gonna go for the Z-move here, decimate his life. This Toxapex isn't gonna like this, but at the same time, he managed to take this. And Carrie is still looking pretty damn decent, considering it just took a huge boulder, onto her, whole body. It should have flattened, but seems Carrie doesn't really mind that. I'm just gonna go for a Power Gem here, trying to take it out, but he does make a good move. Regenerate his Mon and switches out to Garchomp to take, little to nothing, but then again, it doesn't take it all that well. That's still Upi Pokemon. He didn't want to give me a +1 special attack at the same time. This is also the reason he switches out. So basically, I switch out to Skarmory here. He's gonna go for the Stone Edge. He's a Life Orb set, and that means that he's not a Mega. At the same time, I don't have to be scared of possible being Scarf or Bandit. Not to mention that he could be Sword Hands, but I'm not gonna allow him to have such such time, such luxury at his disposal. As I saw how much Braber did and all this recall, I'm pretty sure I may be able to take another Stone Edge. Bear in mind, there could be a miss, but there's also a chance of a Stone Edge crit. So I know he's not gonna play that game. He's actually gonna make a very risky turn here. I luckily did manage to put up the rocks back before. Very important because of the Typhlosion with my OP Pokemon. And just generally, you know, here I'm thinking I'm gonna roost. I'm gonna roost to see how much health I get back. I know I'm not gonna be sturdy, but this was a very reckless move on his behalf, because if I would have Brave Bird here, then this Pokemon would have suffered to a certain extent. I would have probably taken down to his Blaze range. Anyways, I switch out to Flygon. I know he's gonna have the combination of Eruption, Fire Blast, combination with Stealth Rock damage up to its Blaze range, which isn't still the case, luckily enough. I know I should take this with Flygon and give him Fearing Down Scarf, which I'm actually not. I'm a Dragon Dance set. I know Whimsicott is gonna come in, but I just wanna get some serious damage onto it to kind of scout what kind of Whimsicott this is, whether or not he's max speed or max defensive. With max HP investment will give me knowing on how to handle one, because I have a Pokemon that's very fast, but it's not as fast as Whimsicott and doesn't want to take a Moonblast to the face. So basically I'm just staying here to scout, knowing at the same time that Flygon isn't really going to be doing me much with Whimsicott involved. In case he subs, I just want to keep on spamming Earthquake to break those subs and so forth. Don't want to give him an opening. Then again, sawing that I'm actually faster than it means that I'm gonna be faster with this as well. So this is very important. No Giga Drain is gonna happen. I'm gonna switch out to my OP Pokemon, which name I believe yeah, it would be in my best. Well, this Pokemon has actually been sent by a friend, doing damage to Carry, but Carry again doesn't care. Carry takes this relatively well, and Neely Lego. The person, the Skyrender, is the person that you know, made this a fame, and I want to thank him for providing me the mons. Anyways, I'm gonna switch out to my second guy, second absolute beast of destruction, knowing that he's probably gonna recover. This Xuxi tree, or however you call it, is gonna make an old prediction because Garchomp is evolved. I'm Scarf, he knows this. He's gonna make an exception move, knowing that I'll old predict, because this thing would have one-shot the Toxic Pex without a doubt. And with Toxic Pex and Garchomp involved, stuff are a little bit difficult in making a sweep with this guy, so I have to get rid of one or the other. I have to definitely get rid of one, but the one that I truly need to get rid of is the actual Garchomp. But as I mentioned before, Garchomp is still involved, so I'm gonna switch out direct to my Nihilego, and he's gonna Scald. That is unfortunate. I was kind of hoping he's gonna do something else, but from this point I saw Toxic. I didn't see Toxic Spikes. I saw Toxic, I saw Scald, and I haven't seen the signature move Bunker. I don't know how exactly it's called, but something with Bunker, and if you hit it with a physical move you get poisoned. It's a very interesting move. But anyways, with two grass type Pokemon, this thing has got a little bit of a difficult situation going on for a potential sweep. Still Energy Ball again here, making a I believe this was an actual prediction, predicting the Garchomp to come in, but he does make an incredibly smart move, again not risking the Garchomp, predict me towards switch, and switches out to Whimsicott, knowing how important Garchomp is in not allowing this Pokemon to potentially absolutely decimate his life. So he's gonna go for the U-turn here. I believe this is the first scouting Pokemon he's got going on his team, so it's making it very hard for me to get an opening, as Krakatau is gonna come in, and as I mentioned, this is an absolute threat to my team. Luckily enough, I do have still one more Pokemon to take this Fire Blast. Hopefully do manage to take it, but I'm scared of taking this Pokemon down to his Blaze, because as you guys can see, that damage is way too real. But again, when Marowak has got an opening, there's a high chance Marowak will get a kill. This thing is way too strong for its own good, and I freaking love it. So I'm gonna go for the Shadow Bone, and Amy is gonna go down. The Whimsicott is gonna fall down by the hands of Marowak and its huge ass bone, and Furiosa is gonna come in. I love that name, Furiosa. But anyways, Garchomp is in. This is looking pretty terrible. Stealth Rock is doing damage, which is actually very important. I still got Skarmory at reasonable amount of health. Still scared that he will make a double switch, but then again, Stealth Rocks are definitely doing its toll on the Typhlosion there. Typhlosion as long as Typhlosion is around and this Garchomp is around, I got myself some serious problems. So here's the thing. You saw the damage the Garchomp took from Stealth Rocks and Life Orb. This Life Orb damage is huge because this one layer of spikes that I'm about to put onto it. I could have Brave Bird here getting some damage on Tapu Koko, which was to be expected to switch out, but this spikes is even, switch in. This spikes is even more important because Garchomp is just about dead, which means my electric UB Pokemon can just come in and spam T-Bolts if I can get rid of this Mon. So this time around, I'm actually expecting him to go for the Volt Switch. Luckily enough, he doesn't have the U-turn, which is not immune by, there is no immunity to the likes of U-turn, which is the one thing that truly makes U-turn stand out, while the Volt Switch damage is incredible. He's gonna switch out his Garchomp, but sadly enough, the spikes is just about enough to take him out. If that wasn't the case, then Earthquake would definitely do so, and he knows that fully well, so he decided to have it as a Defar. He doesn't have a Spinner at his hand, so he's gonna switch out his Toxapex, which Earthquake is most likely gonna do about 50%, I would assume. So now I cannot take him out, and I probably can take a Scald at this range because I'm more specially defensive, but I'm not even gonna play that. I'm just gonna switch out to Skarmory. The reason I believe I preserved my Marek is because I need it for his Tapu Koko, and basically Typhlosion I believe is still around, so I'm gonna need to think about that Mon a little bit more carefully here on how to handle it. But Skarmory can definitely take a couple of moves. Typhlosion is gonna come in again, a very risky turn, a very risky turn, knowing that I'm probably gonna put up some more layers of spikes, because this layers of spikes could make stuff a little bit more easier to handle, getting some damage on his incoming switches and so forth, and kind of proceed to go from there and pretty much try to make the final approach late game with my sweeper spamming Thunderbolts. Basically, I'm gonna go for the Brave Bird right now and take this Pokemon out, as unfortunately he actually missed that Fire Blast back there. Blaze boosted Fire Blast would have been absolute decimation upon this Skarmory. Would probably take two of this kind of spreads of Skarmories out of the picture, but Tapu Koko is gonna come in, and I'm thinking, I still got Marowak with reasonable amount of health. Marowak is to be potentially expected on his behalf, and I'm pretty sure he's most likely gonna see it coming, so I'm just gonna stay in here. I could have roosted, expect this to happen. Dazzlegleam definitely could have roosted to get my Sturdy up there, but nah, I'm just gonna decide to put up some more spikes to make the grass type Pokemon that he had back before, that you saw, the lead Pokemon, Rachel I believe it was called, which of course isn't the actual official Pokemon name. That would be very weird, right? But it's very bulky, and I think that those spikes are actually kind of needed if I'm able to get a +1 with this absolute masochistic Mon. Tapu Koko's electric terrain here is gonna boost my electric type moves, which means there is not a single switch for this guy once this terrain is up. There is nothing. Beast boost and all the spikes, especially the last layer of spikes, I believe is just about enough to where I can go on one weave on with this Rachel Wood, and there is absolutely no wood to be taking this T-Bolt. I am sorry, I'm just gonna go for the Fandero Bolto, as one Japanese person would say, Fandero Bolto, and that is gonna be Rachel Wood gone. I believe it's female exclusive, isn't it? But it's a cool Pokemon. I saw the stats, a very solid Mon. It's pure grass type is kind of a drawback, but anyways, Toxapex is gonna come in, and Toxapex under electric terrain with +2. This is gonna decimate, and just look at the entry hazards. But he's not gonna allow that. He's gonna run, preserve his Toxapex from hurt. That is what a carrying trainer does, and that was the match. So thank you very much to my opponent, Marion, as it seems in the game. But now I'm just, I'm gonna leave his link in the description. Thank you for the match, man. I enjoyed it very much. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Love to battle you again, and I hope everybody that watched this enjoyed this match with me as well. I have to admit that the Garchomp and Typhlosion were the absolute were the actual difficulty spot. Getting rid of the Garchomp was essential. Those spikes were actually very essential, because with two grass type Pokemons, Soothing capabilities were a little bit more limited, so I had to put up some entry hazard to kind of open up the opportunity, and electric terrain definitely made it a little bit more easier to to handle such things. So with that being said, you know, kind of Skarmy kind of made it so that thing had to come in because it's Rachel. You know, his Rachel would never be able to take on Skarmy one-on-one. But with that being said, thank you very much, guys, girls, everybody that's watching this, for watching this video. Give a like if you did enjoy, and until next time, take care. Peace.